There have been nearly 100 attacks on U.S. forces in the Middle East since October 17th. This comes as congressional Republicans push for border reform to be a part of a new aid package for Israel and Ukraine. Joining me now to discuss is Tennessee Republican Congressman and member of the House Foreign Affairs Committee, Tim Burchett. Congressman Burchett, welcome.
Thank y'all for having me.
So nearly 100 attacks on American forces in Iraq and Syria. What more should the commander-in-chief be doing, sir?
Well, first of all, we got to quit freeing up money supposedly for humanitarian aid. We know money is fungible and it just flows right into the military coffers. And, we fund these our own tax against us. And then we have the Pentagon itching to get us into another war. I think a lot of times you're going to ask yourself the question, why are we there? Is there a constitutional reason that American fighting men and women are put in harm's way? And why doesn't anyone fear us anymore? Obviously, Trump's not in the White House. No one fears this presidency. It is a rudderless ship. We're all over the world. We're in conflicts everywhere. We're spending American tax dollars that we don't have. And it's just continued down this same path.
To funding for Ukraine, we noticed in the new Fox poll a jump there. 31% now saying the United States should be doing more to help the Ukrainians. That's up from 21% a month ago. Does that suggest to you President Zelensky's visit to Washington was successful, and how does this play out in Congress?
Well, the mainstream media is constant. It's just unbelievable. They've got their guy in the White House, so they're going to obviously prop him up no matter what in the world, and they want him to look strong with American tax dollars. But this has shades of Vietnam written all over it. We send our money over there. They steal half of it. We send armaments. They're not qualified to use them. We have to send advisors. Then American boys and girls are on the ground. And we need to look at these other countries. They're in Europe. They're using we're actually sending hard dollars and armaments over there. They are saying, well, we're taking their dadgum refugees, and that's part of the equation. That doesn't work that way. We're taking the refugees just the same. America is incredibly involved in this conflict over there. It's a bad deal for us. It's not our war, and it's going to be our war because Putin will drag us into it. He knows what he's doing. Europe, specifically countries like Germany, need to be kicking in more, and they're not. And there again, we've got a toothless dragon in the United Nations, and there again, more money going down a rat hole.
In these ongoing talks with the administration over funding for Israel, funding for Ukraine, Republicans are pushing for meaningful border security provisions. In the Fox poll, President Biden's polling on the border issue is 33% approve, 63% disapprove. Are you confident something significant on the border will get done?
No, I'm not. If you saw the NDAA, you saw a lot of Republicans, frankly, and some liberal Democrats who should not be fired up about the FBI spying on American citizens, but are being allowed to through that. So I have very little confidence in Congress right now in either party of doing the right thing. It's a disgrace, though, that they would tie anything to our border. Our border ought to be the most important thing. You talk about fentanyl, you talk about the cartels, you talk about 100,000 children that are unaccounted for in the last 3 years. The horrendous things that are going on to them right now, to me, is unimaginable. Yet this White House and the Marxists in Congress continue to stonewall any type of border security that we have.
We are showing our audience live aerials from the border from Eagle Pass, Texas, and looking at the latest Fox poll in terms of issues most important to both parties. For both parties, it's the economy is number one, but there's a big split from there. At the bottom of the screen, immigration, border. Democrats say that's 5% only say that's an important issue. 35% of Republicans say that's a very important issue. Does that surprise you based on what we see happening every day at our southern border, including at Eagle Pass right now?
Again, it's the propaganda machine of the left, and these folks are just spoon-fed this information from our college campuses and our public universities again. And what else? I'm surprised that anybody is even concerned about the border. until of course there's a crime or a friend of theirs, as mine. A friend of mine was killed by an illegal alien, or the fentanyl. The reason they don't want to attack fentanyl is because it's coming in over the border. The sex trafficking and everything else, the slave labor. Our own chambers of commerce are in bed with this bunch, so they get the free labor. They get them in the resort towns, cleaning the rooms, digging the ditches, working in the poultry factories, you name it. We have ourselves to blame for this whole mess, and it's just going to get worse. And you talk about affecting the economy. I know they get their free slave labor this way, but when I was mayor in Knox County, we had one school that had over 20 different languages that were spoken in that school, a very small school, less than, I believe, 500 children. So you got to ask yourself, what is these outlying costs, especially to our emergency rooms and our physicians there, and our health care, just on down the line. I think America better wake up about this thing, or we will be overthrown. And they're not going to they're not going to take it from us. We're just giving it to them, and that's exactly what we're doing by allowing this to continue. To think that we're worried about the border between Ukraine and Russia, when our own southern border, millions of people have come over just in the last few years, and those are the people you and I are subsidizing. Our poor veterans are living under bridges, and yet these folks are coming in, and we give them a phone, we give them health care, we give them clothing, we give them a place to live, all at our expense.
Congressman Tim Burchett of the great state of Tennessee, thank you for your time today, sir.
Thank you, brother. I really appreciate you. I hope you have a very politically incorrect Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Thanks.
Hey, it's Will Cain. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News channel on YouTube. It's the best way to get our latest interviews and highlights. And click to subscribe to the Will Cain podcast for full episodes right now.